Good morning and welcome to my journey with prostate cancer. This is week 4. This has been a week with not a whole lot happening. However, from an emotional standpoint, it was a pretty tough week. The whole week was summed up really in one day, on Monday, the first day of the week. I had an appointment with Dr. Valente, who is the urologist on the team. And it was a early morning appointment. And of course, one of the first things you have to do when you go to appointments like this is fill out paperwork. And part of the paperwork is they ask you if you have had any signs or indications, symptoms of prostate cancer and what those symptoms are. So I just, to give you guys some factual background, these are the symptoms of prostate cancer. And guys, if you have any of these, you need to go get checked. I highly recommend, if you're 50 years old or older, you need to have your prostate checked regularly, not get in the situation that I find myself in. By the way, if you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. I'm doing a weekly journal of what has been happening with my fight against prostate cancer. I share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly. No matter what it is, I'm going to put it out there. So hopefully, if any of you are faced with the situation I'm going through, it might make your journey a little easier. So the symptoms of prostate cancer are trouble urinating, frequent urination, a decrease in the force of your urination. I might have had a little bit of that over the past few months. Pain or burning during urination, painful ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, discomfort or dull pain in the pelvic area, bone pain, loss of appetite, I wish, unexplained weight loss. Oh my, I would love to have had that. Blood in urine or semen. I had basically none of those until the day this all started, when I thought I had a urinary tract infection. So I had no signs. I've been through the digital examination several times with my doctor. No indication of problems. So it's all kind of just popped up out of the clear blue as far as I was concerned. I have talked several times about the problems with the Foley catheter, the discomfort of the Foley catheter, and the fact that, boy, I'd really like to get out of this thing so I can do some things. I'm pretty much stuck doing nothing as long as I have this catheter. Plus the fact that it's extremely uncomfortable, especially sitting. So on the agenda Monday morning was to remove the catheter. And of course, I had choices of whether I wanted to do that or not. And the biggest problem with removing it is if you cannot urinate on your own through the course of the day, you have to put the damn thing back in. So I agreed to that. They took it out, and what a relief. My goodness. I went home from the doctor. When we talked, went through, she had not gotten any results back from the biopsy on Friday. She wasn't expecting them that quickly. We talked about the test from the week before, the bone scan and the MRI, and I'd already knew those results. So there wasn't a great deal of new information other than getting rid of the catheter. So I went home with the instructions to do anything you want to do today. Just drink lots of fluids. Well, that's what I did. I drank lots of fluids. I got a large Diet Coke on my way home. Of course, we stopped to get breakfast because I had not had anything to eat before I went into the doctor, because it was an 8 o'clock appointment. drank, I think, 64 ounces of water. And by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, when I had to go back, I knew that I was going to have to put the thing back in, because I literally, even though I felt like I could, I had the urge to urinate. I went to the bathroom several times. It just wasn't happening. Or if it did happen, it was the little dribble, and that's nothing. So I knew pretty much that the catheter was going to go back in. When I got to the doctor, when the nurse came out in the waiting room to take me back, she says, "Well, how did we do?" And I said, "Well, can I lie to you and tell you I've been peeing like a racehorse all day?" And she says, "Oh, yeah, you can lie all you want." But she says, "I'm going in the back and we're going to do an ultrasound and I'm going to look at your bladder. And if it's full, I'll know that you're lying." And I said, "Okay, I'm lying." I said, "No, we got to put this silly thing back in." And we did. Now, the benefit of putting this thing back in, folks, if you remember, I got this at the emergency room the first night. As much as I liked the emergency room, basically they when they put the catheter in, it was with the big bag, the carry bag, the overnight bag, okay, which has like a 4-foot tube. They gave me a small bag that straps on your leg, okay, but has to be emptied regularly or quite often. And they gave me an anchor for the bag. There's no instructions on what to do with that stuff. None. I had to figure this out on my own. One of the problems with the discomfort I had was that I probably did not have the anchor for the connection to the catheter, whether you hook the bags, whichever bag you're using to. I did not have it in the right position. As a result, my discomfort level was increased because it was pulling more than necessary. The nice thing about putting the catheter back in the second time at the urologist office, they know what they're doing. They don't leave me hanging and didn't leave me hanging in the dark, kind of like the emergency room folks did. She not only put the catheter back on, she pulled out a package with the anchor, put the anchor in place, asked me if I wanted the small bag or the large bag. And I said, well, I'd prefer the large bag, even though you have to carry that around and it doesn't look great as far as other people are concerned. I'd already asked, I said, how uncool is it to be carrying the bag? She says, if it bothers anybody, you just ask them if they're suffering from prostate cancer. And if they say no, tell them, well, that's crap, I am. If you don't like it, too bad. I said, okay, well, I'd prefer the large bag than the small bag because I was never comfortable in the small bag that's strapped to my leg. Well, now, maybe since the anchor is in the right place, and maybe I wasn't positioning the thing right, and it won't be near as bad. This is much better than it was the first 3 weeks, folks. Yes, it's still uncomfortable. Yes, I'm still can't do things because I'm pretty much stuck to my chair, stuck to my recliner. And if I sit too long, like here at my desk, it gets really uncomfortable, but not nearly as bad, not nearly as much pulling as there was before. So my comfort level is far superior, much better. Now, that's the good thing. The bad thing is I probably had my second bout of depression through this whole thing because I wanted so badly to get the the catheter out so I could go back to driving. You know, I haven't driven my truck because of getting in and out of my truck pulls. And I don't want to pull a damn thing out accidentally. So I have to depend on my sister and brother-in-law or my niece to take me to everywhere, to all these doctor's appointments and all that crap. I can't do anything on my own. I can't exercise at all. I can't walk. You know, I can't walk very well anyway, but, you know, I can't even try. A big expenditure of energy and exercise for me is to walk from the cave here in the house out to the car and get in the car. And that's about it. I'm done. So, quite frankly, I had a day or a day and a half that I was just depressed. Not so much feeling sorry for myself, but depressed. So there it is, folks. That's week 4. That's all we did. There was nothing else the rest of the week. I kept hoping that maybe one of the doctors, when they got the reports from the biopsy, would call me and let me know what they had found. And that didn't happen. And I waited right up, you know, even through Saturday morning, hoping, well, maybe one of the doctors will call me. But they didn't. So week 5 starts, of course, tomorrow on Monday. And tomorrow afternoon is the appointment with the oncologist. I'm pretty sure on tap for tomorrow will be the results of the biopsy. I'm pretty sure we're going to sit down and talk in more detail about treatment options, rates of success of each, what's recommended, get into all the kind of things like costs to me as opposed to how much my insurance covers and how much I got to fork out. Because, you know, there's some of this, folks, you know, you have copays. Even I have, you know, not only Medicare, but also, you know, an extra policy. I still have copays that I have to pay, and some of these things are expensive, and it starts adding up. So I got to see what the costs are going to be. I mean, clearly, it doesn't matter what they are. I got to do what I got to do. I do know if I do nothing, you know, I've got less than a year to live, and that's not going to happen because I have to go on my. I'm still hoping to go on my tour next fall in Europe. So that's 6 weeks or so that I'm planning on spending in Europe, and I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm going on the trip. That's a promise. So a big day tomorrow afternoon. I'll get some reports. I'm reasonably sure I'll get my first Lupron shot, which is the next step in the hormone therapy for this disease, and have some options on what direction is recommended that we go and all the facts and stuff from that. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. That'll be on week 5. I have nothing else scheduled other than that appointment so far for the week. Of course, that's subject to change as we get into next week. I've got a raft of questions, needless to say, already. Then that's before I even get the information. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. So that's going to be it for my journey with prostate cancer week 4. My name's Chillie Falls. I'll be here every week throughout the, you know, until I get the word that I'm cancer free. That's when I hope to put this thing to end, whenever that is on down the road. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. There's a little button down in the lower right-hand corner, a bell notification. If you hit that little bell, then you'll be notified anytime I go live or post a video whether it's on the prostate cancer or my normal Chillie's Cruises travel and cruise industry news and information around traveling. So please subscribe to this channel. I'll be here every week and let you know what's happening. That's it for today. This is Chillie, the old fat travel guy. I hope you guys have a great week. I'm looking forward to tomorrow and the information that I'll get then. Thanks for being with me. See you next time.